Maybe before we get started with questions, I'll just start with a quick note, and hopefully everybody here will just keep our sports information director, Jeff Greesh, in their prayers as he had a procedure yesterday, and our team is just keeping him in our thoughts and prayers, and hopefully you all will do the same. We had a great first practice yesterday, and just really excited about the potential of this group and the way that they are going to come together. So just excited for the upcoming season. Lots of good things on the horizon, and happy to answer questions.
Coach, Sam Haiby obviously out for the year. So how did the team sort of take that, and how did you kind of present that news?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we were all just completely heartbroken for Sam, but the way that our team has really embraced that, let me just tell you guys about what Sam Haiby means to our team and her teammates. This team, it's like almost like there's a little pep in their step, because they've just talked long and hard about what Sam Haiby has done for this program and the way that she has completely elevated our program, and that they feel like we absolutely owe it to her to find ways to just continue to raise the bar for our program, and kind of they are really excited to play hard and come together kind of in her honor and out of respect for her, and she just remains an incredible leader for our program. And yesterday, our team has always embraced we do hard things. And yesterday we were having a little team meeting at the beginning of our before our first practice, and Sam's voice was one of the loudest in the room, and just her contributions continue to be felt, and I know that this group is really going to come together and lean hard on her and play hard for her the whole season.
Amy, can you share with us what the injury is, and if it was a basketball injury or not?
It's a basketball injury, yes, and a knee injury that will require surgery.
Do you expect her back next year?
That's right now, we're just kind of giving Sam time to process everything that's just kind of happened. I think obviously in her individual case, she really wanted to play with this team and this year, and so just giving her some time to really emotionally come to grips with the fact that she won't be on the court with us this season, and some time to really process what her future holds. We'll make sure that you guys are aware as she continues to plan for her future, kind of what those plans are.
And from a basketball sense, how does that affect rotations and minutes and all that stuff? Obviously, you probably can't fill that void with one person.
Right, yeah. I mean, obviously she's meant a lot to our team, just as kind of the only player in our program's history that's reached those milestones in all points and assists and rebounds, and just the way that she's just an all-around player. So it's we know that's not going to be one player coming in to step in and take her place, but it's going to be contributions from our entire roster, and everybody having to kind of elevate their game, and we're really still kind of making those determinations. We've been practicing for a while this summer and preseason in just short 1 hour practices. We get the 4 hours a week in the summertime and 4 hours a week in the preseason to be on the court together, and as we were working through those things, we're still kind of evaluating, where all of those contributions are going to come from and how we'll work that together. But with our official 20-hour-week segment starting now, we're excited to have a few more looks at our team and a little more time with them on the court to kind of make those determinations.
You said her voice has been really loud and strong as a leader, but how has she handled this? Obviously, it's not something you expect to work for.
Yeah, I mean, I think she just initially was really heartbroken and kind of devastated, but then Sammy has a incredibly strong faith and really great support system, just at home with just amazing family, some really great teammates and friends, and and a coaching staff that absolutely adores her. And so I think she's leaned into all of those supports and just has found ways to understand that there is a plan. And none of us may like it right now or may understand it, but she's really trusting that, and I'm proud of her for the faith that she's showing.
What kind of impact can Maddie Cole make? If you could compare her to a player you've had, who would that be?
Yeah, Maddie, we are really excited to have her in the mix, and I think she can make an incredible impact because she's just a tough, hard-nosed competitor. It's the best thing that she brings to the table every day. She's diving on the floor for loose balls. She just makes things happen, and you know, she's. I have a hard time kind of coming up with a comparison for Maddie. She's a little unorthodox, but just finds a way to make plays, and just that competitive spirit. It's just everything we're looking for in Nebraska women's basketball, and so there's no doubt that she'll find a way to impact things.
Does she make contributions in hustle categories throughout the course of a game that may not show up tangibly but shows up intangibly?
Yeah, I mean, I think so, and some of it does show up, like you know, if you're really looking, like the number of assists to turnovers in extended minutes of game minutes at a high level. You know, I mean, she just takes care of the balls, makes good decisions, is a great passer, does the right thing, does you know, comes away with loose balls. Yesterday, you know, there was a loose ball pretty much everybody, including myself, kind of gave up on, and next thing you know, she had secured the basketball, wasn't having to try to save it in, but really secured it and stood with possession inbounds. And I'm like, you know, I think it surprised everybody in the gym. Those are the type of plays that she makes for our group.
What's kind of the plan for Maggie Mendelson? Obviously, it's a unique situation, but what conversations have you had with her, and just what's kind of the plan moving forward?
Yeah, we're first of all, we're just so excited to be in the crowd, just cheering for her. What a stud she is! You know, it's just so fun to watch her having fun out there and excelling as a 17-year-old on the court with the number 3 team in the nation. And you know, it's been fun. We're really supporting her right now in her role with our volleyball team. We enjoyed training with her during the month of June. She arrived to campus in June and trained with women's basketball during that month. So we were able to have her kind of learn some of the just basics of our system and schemes, so that when she does report back to the women's basketball team, it's not all brand new and foreign to her. So you know, we're thrilled and excited. You guys can see when you watch her on the volleyball court right now, she's just incredible athlete, just very bouncy and springy, has great timing, is so coachable, you kind of tell her one time and she adjusts footwork and things. So we'll be very excited. We think she'll give us a really strong push once she is able to play in a national championship game with our volleyball team, and then have a little bit of time to recover her body. But then once she reports back to women's basketball, we'll be welcoming her with open arms.
Are you in communication with her at all, or are you just kind of hands off for now?
Yeah, we talk to her all the time. She rooms with Callan Hake, one of our other freshmen, as well as a couple other volleyball players, and so they're constantly in communication. She is gets the best of both worlds. She gets to be a part of 2 really cool teams that are tight, and sometimes is hanging out with the basketball girls watching the Bachelorette, and sometimes hanging out with the volleyball team and you know, hosting recruits, and she's just been able to find a way to acclimate herself with both teams, and right now we touch base with her, but we're really allowing her to keep her focus on just helping that team that she's a part of right now win and move forward.
Amy, with the success you had last year and the number of returners you have for this year, you get the sense of how good this team could be?
Yeah, I think we're still kind of figuring that all out. We feel like that at this point in time, we're really not going to rest on any type of laurels of anything that happened in the past. And obviously, even with that recent injury of Sam, changes some things. But I think the best thing is that this team is driven and motivated to want to raise the bar for our team. I think we have absolute potential to do that, but the one thing we know is that it really will boil down to chemistry and culture and how well we click and play together. That was something that helped lead to a lot of the success that we had 1 year ago, and so this is a new year, and we know that we have to spend and invested, we have to commit and invest 100% over to having that same type of chemistry and culture to do something special this year as well.
Alexis kind of burst onto the scene last year. Teams might be gunning for her more. What did you want her to work on between last year and this year?
To be honest with you, I asked her what she wants to work on, and she's motivated and driven to. She wants to finish a little bit at a higher clip and higher percentage, and she's worked incredibly hard to do that. She's been putting in a lot of work just to improve 1% her footwork on certain things inside, and just expanding her game so that people can't get to her to double quite so quickly, and certain things. So and she's continued to really work hard on her perimeter game and perimeter shooting, and just confidence in that area. And we're seeing all that hard work that she's had in the postseason, off season, starting to really come together and pay off.
Everybody else full go for practice. Dillard, Brady.
Yeah, they've been practicing hard. We feel like, okay, so Callan Hake and Maddie Kroll and Maggie Mendelson are our new kids, but kind of to some degree, Naila Dillard, who has not yet played any minutes in a Husker uniform because of 2 years worth of surgeries, and Trinity Brady, they've been back into practice, and it's been just outstanding to have them there. And Trinity is just kind of a presence, even though this is her 4th year in our program, and really she's only played a year and 2 games worth. And so to see her back out there, but she just is competing like a veteran in practice. She just knows where to be, makes the right plays, doesn't try to do things that are outside of her capabilities, but is just incredibly solid. And her teammates are recognizing that, noticing that, and really pumping her up about that, and it's just good to have her back.
A year or 2 in the program for Jazz, what do you want to see out of her this year?
Yeah, I think I just want to see more of the same. I think, she was really a catalyst that made a lot of things happen for us 1 year ago, and so if we can continue to have her bringing those things to the table, she makes everybody on the floor better. I think, there is a possibility that we may have to have her with the ball in her hands more often, and being able to help with she played a lot of kind of point guard, combo guard alongside Sam Haiby 1 year ago, and I think her and Allison Widener being able to kind of play off each other quite a bit with the ball in their hands this year will be something. But I think she's more than capable of being that floor general and really kind of the coach on the floor. And I think now that she understands our system and what we're trying to do, and she's just such a high IQ basketball player that I think her being able to take over some reins of really knowing what play calls to make in the heat of the moment and things like that will be awesome in her growth.
Especially with Sam out, have you seen more from her in a leadership standpoint?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen her stepping up in that leadership category, even with Sam, and I think they'll tag team those responsibilities. Them and Jazz, Sammy, and Izzy have been outstanding leaders. I think they'll continue to do so. I think initially, when you're brand new into the program, it's really hard to kind of understand where the leadership is needed. But after 1 year in our program, I think Jazz is really comfortable and confident. She has a lot of experiences coming with her from playing with world championship teams in Australia and previous teams that she's been a part of. She has a lot of great experiences that she can bring to the table to help with leadership.
What do you want the next 6 weeks to look like? What will make it successful?
Yeah, I think to me what's going to make it successful is just finding ways to get better each and every day. And I think that's the biggest focus for our program right now is just continuing to have joy, playing with and for each other, and just competing and getting after it and understanding and knowing that, we got a little better at this today, we got a little better at this today. And we have some, telescope goals that are down there that we really want to accomplish for this group and for raising the bar for our program. But if we can just keep in the next 6 weeks our focus on the microscope, what's here today, what do we need to do today to get a little bit better. And so we're just emphasizing that process over outcome and just having fun with it. And to me, if every day we're walking off the court and I'm seeing those smiles on their faces and they're playing with joy and playing for each other, then we're heading in the right direction.